It's not going away. We need to learn how to eat cake in a moderate way so we don't feel sick and crappy. Next, as far as candy in the house, this is going to be really unpopular, but hello everyone. My name is Allie Virtue. I am a functional medicine nutritionist and the host of the Pre-Diet podcast, where we are teaching you what you need to know before you feel the need to start another random diet on Monday. Today, we're talking about 3 steps to a healthier Halloween, or how to reduce your sugar cravings naturally in 3 simple steps. So I'm going to dive right into this. This is my season. I love the holiday season, but I also love teaching people how to do it differently because there's so much stigma or just a lot of procrastination around this time of the year where I hear, "Oh, I'll reach out in January. I'll reach out in January with my health goals. There's no point during the holidays, blah, blah, blah." I don't think that's a real thing. This is a season of life that comes every single year. And just like any other habit that you're going to build to improve your health, you need to learn how to navigate the holidays in a healthier but more sustainable way. It's not going away. We need to learn how to eat cake in a moderate way so we don't feel sick and crappy. All right, so let's dig into the 3 steps. So, number 1 on my list, the first thing that comes to mind is eat regular meals with plenty of protein and fiber-rich plants. Protein and plants, simple as that. Those are the first 2 things on your list when you are thinking about building healthy meals. I say these 2 because most people don't have these as a regular part of their meals on a regular basis. And this is a practice. We need to practice including these things on a more regular basis. The reason is protein, plants, and healthy fats stay in our stomach longer, and this promotes a better balanced blood sugar, so even energy levels throughout the day, better focus, better concentration, also less sugar cravings. If I'm more full and satisfied throughout the day, I'm usually not reaching for as many sugary snacks or things in between my meals. I want you to focus on these elements first. Then, if we're still hungry and we want to enjoy some fun foods, fine, but I've at least paid my nutrition bills first. I've given my body some good nutrition to function, to help repair my tissues, to help move and concentrate at work, all of those wonderful things. But I need to give my body those important, crucial elements first before I have the fun stuff. And this curbs our appetite and usually allows us to eat less and without really tracking calories or macros or anything like that. So this goes a long way, just practicing having regular meals throughout the day. Whatever really makes sense for your lifestyle. Don't get married to any particular cadence of meals. Really find what works well for you. A lot of people think skipping meals is helpful, and I don't see that as a good sustainable habit. Because the reality is, a lot of us really suck at feeding ourselves on a regular basis. That is really the pattern I see over and over again when getting to know new clients. Is we just don't have a regular routine, and we need to practice this as a skill. I don't expect you to be perfect at it the next 30 days, nothing like that. Think about this as you're teaching your 4-year-old son how to swing a baseball bat. You don't expect him to hit a home run as soon as you guys start practicing. Just start practicing having more awareness of how my body is moving in space, how I react when the ball comes in closer, how I react when the ball is farther away from my body. Just the same thing as that athletic skill. It's the same thing with feeding ourselves on a regular basis. If we haven't done it in a healthy way before, it's going to take some time. So once we start to practice these things, have better meals, have more nourishing meals, we tend to crave less sugar because our body has less nutritional needs. We're actually fulfilling those nutritional needs. They're being met. So we don't have as many cravings coming down the pipeline, so to speak, because our body and mind is getting what it needs to function well. Quite often we're lacking either a macro, so something we need in big amounts. So macros or macronutrients are proteins, carbohydrates, and fats. Those are the 3 categories. So quite often we're missing protein. That's usually the low one. Or we're missing micronutrients. So this could be any vitamins and minerals like vitamin A, D, E, K, magnesium, chromium, zinc. Typically, I would say in this scenario, when we're talking about sugar cravings, we're usually low in magnesium, chromium, or zinc. Those elements or minerals are very important for balancing blood sugar and are quite commonly deficient. So that was step 1. Eat regular meals, plenty of protein, plenty of fiber-rich plants. If you don't know what those meals look like, hang on till the end of the episode. I got you covered there too. Step 2, remove temptations from sight. So changing how our environment is around us is crucial while we're trying to make the other stuff easier because it takes time to work on the mindset, aka how we think about things, and that eventually carries over to how we act and behave in these challenging situations, but we really need our environment to help us out while we're trying to work on that stuff. Also, under this category, I would say have a heart to heart with your partner and talk to them about how you can help each other out with your health goals. This is great for your relationship, by the way, not just for the health side of things, but good physical health usually leads to your partner and you being more resilient to stress, which usually means less fights, less random outbursts, less hurtful things said, less hurt feelings when we're hungry, stressed, tired, overwhelmed, something along those lines. So talk with your partner, ask how you can support them. It can be as simple as, hey, can we please not buy soda this week? Can we please not have so many treats in the house? Or can we please just buy exactly enough candy that we need for the kids or for trick-or-treating, no extra? Can we buy this type of trick-or-treating treat that I don't really care about, so it's going to be easier for me to say no to? Talk through those things that will really help you out. It's not an all or nothing thing. It's just asking for a compromise to help yourself out. So if we can remove some of these triggers, so like I just said, if you really love Reese's cups, there's so many other candy options. So if you do have trick-or-treaters, choose other candy that you don't care about. If this means rearranging the pantry in another way, just so you have those things out of sight if you can't necessarily get them out of the house. Next, as far as candy in the house, this is going to be really unpopular, but be okay with trashing it. You can donate it if you'd rather do that, but let's be honest. Do we need more candy around? Is there a lack of candy? Probably not. I think this is something that we need to be okay with because I think we need to be okay with realigning our values and priorities. For example, if you go to an all-you-can-eat buffet, and if I still have this fear of waste, in theory, then I'm not going to leave until I'm so physically full to the absolute max. Because the goal was the biggest priority in that setting was not to waste food. Well, then that fear of not wanting to waste food beat my goal of longevity. It beat my goal of wanting to be healthy or wanting to feel good after the meal. So if I'm actually more attached to feeling good or longevity, or if there's a weight loss goal within that longevity goal, I need to have that front of mind. I need to keep it front of mind. So that is going to supersede my need to not want to waste something. And by the way, I think it's possible and a great sign of progress when we don't have to throw those foods away because we have more self-control, we have less scarcity around those types of foods, those highly palatable foods. We should be able to have them in the pantry and not overeat on them. I think that's a fantastic goal. That's personally my end goal, but that might be a long-term goal. That takes time, that takes practice. So for right now, I just want you to know where you're at. And if you need to do that right now, I think that's fine. Number 3, pay attention to how it makes you feel with indulging in too much sugar. And I say too much because I think we can enjoy some fun foods and not feel crappy. It is possible, but I need you to pay attention to the amount, to the experience, how quickly you eat it, how much you eat, and then the result of how you feel. Because I know eating too much carrot cake will not make me feel good. It'll make me feel anxious, maybe a little bit irritable. It's not very nice on my blood sugar, but I do need to learn how to incorporate it in a moderate amount so I can still feel good. So maybe that's like half a slice. Maybe that's sharing a slice with a friend, something like that. So pay attention to how much you can eat with still feeling okay. And ideally, we're enjoying these fun foods after we've had a nourishing meal. This helps prevent blood sugar spikes. We want to prevent these spikes in blood sugar so we don't cause a bigger dump of insulin. Doing this on a regular basis with a lifestyle that doesn't have a lot of activity in it can lead to chronic disease, prediabetes, type 2 diabetes, things like that. So in the prevention of those chronic diseases, I do want to try to manage my blood sugar on a regular basis. This means checking in with blood work. This means having healthy habits like going for a walk after our meals or including plenty of fiber-rich vegetables to prevent those spikes in blood sugar. But I do want to say we don't need to fear spikes in blood sugar. Our body is well equipped to handle those. It's just not something we want to do on a regular basis when we're looking at creating habits, when we're looking at creating sustainable habits for a really long time. You're putting in a lot of effort to incorporate these things, so we want to make sure they are the most sustainable habits. I hear this a lot, and it's becoming kind of a trigger word for me, but my kids are young, they can eat whatever they want. If we eat like your kid eats right now, do you think that's going to lead to longevity when they're 80, 90, etc.? Probably not, because we won't be able to probably exercise like they are right now. They're not going to grow like they are right now later in life. So really think critically, like, are these habits truly sustainable? When I'm feeding my kids, am I giving them, one, a good relationship with food, but also educating them on, hey, this is how we need to feed our bodies on a regular basis so we can be healthy for a really long time, not just while you're a kid, because we are going to grow up. So please, please, please keep that in mind when we're talking about nutrition with our families. And if you don't feel comfortable, feel free to reach out. I would be happy to give you some other language, or if that's a topic that you want me to cover, I would be happy to help with that. I know that is a really difficult scenario talking about nutrition, especially maybe if we're not as well versed or confident in this area of how do I talk about nutrition in a really positive way with my kids, with my family, so people really understand where I'm coming from. And, because I that is a big goal for me as well. I don't want to give people orthorexia or a complex about eating or eating healthy or anything like that, but I do want to convey good scientific, practical nutrition advice without the stigma and things like that. So feel free to reach out with a question if that is a concern of yours. And lastly, this third thing on my list, pay attention to how sugar makes you feel, or these fun foods, how they make you feel. I say that pay attention because I do not expect you to 100% abstain from candy this Halloween or this holiday season. That's not my expectation. I wouldn't really have that as a goal. You can if you want, but I would rather that you practice pursuing the gray area. Not black and white, not on or off the wagon. Practice pursuing the gray. The gray we can maintain. The gray is boring. The gray is not offensive. The gray is where we can cruise and really enjoy both the benefit of optimal health, but also the occasional fun food. That's where we find that elusive balance. It's in the gray. It's not black and white. All right, so hopefully these 3 steps were helpful for you. Hang on until the very end. I got a gift for you. So number 1 is eat regular meals with plenty of protein and plenty of fiber-rich plants. If you want resources for that, definitely check out parksidenutrition.com/subscribe. You get access to the free subscribers library, and that has a ton of resources in there, one of which is a list of high fiber foods to incorporate. Number 2 was remove temptations from sight, so adjust your environment to help you out. Number 3 was pay attention to how it makes you feel when indulging in sugar or too much sugar. Find your dose, find your balance, pursue the gray. Lastly, if you would like more help with addressing sugar cravings, I have a whole webinar that I actually re-recorded just for you to listen to. So there's no interruptions, no break for questions, no annoying pauses. You can listen to it or you can watch it. Plus, you get instant access to other tools that I think can really, really help you out with this particular issue. So that is a meal plan to help you decrease sugar cravings. It also has lots of healthy options if we do feel like we need something sweet. And it also has a literal roadmap of questions teaching you how to navigate sugar cravings without guilt. So I put this as a comprehensive package to hopefully answer all of your questions about this particular issue of reducing sugar cravings. And I put it together in a very affordable mini course. So in just this one thing, you can get a lot of your problems solved. Thank you so much for listening. If you are on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel. If you are on Spotify, please consider leaving a review or sharing this with a friend. And thank you so much for listening. If you have any other questions or topics that you want covered, please reach out. But otherwise, thank you so much for being here and have a fantastic rest of your day.